Welcome back, and for our Halloween party this year, we decided we were going to cook a whole pack of brisket, and that of course begins with a visit to our local expert-friendly butchers. And with the butchers having worked their magic, it's now just time for me to add a little bit of SPG and some of the Shack Zone barbecue apple pie spice rub, and we'll let that rest uncovered in the fridge for about 24 hours. And while our brisket is in the fridge, we may as well make our spritz. And I say make, actually this is just decanting a can of nice coffee porter into a spritz bottle. You can use water vinegar mix. I just wanted to push the boat out because this is a nice piece of brisket, probably one of the nicest cooks I'm going to do this year. So let's go all out. And here it's about 8 o'clock in the evening. We've set our smoker to about 225. We've got some nice hickory chunks of wood in there to give some really nice smoke flavour, so let's just get it on. And I'm using the Masterbuilt wired probe here, as well as my Meter Plus probe, just for extra temperature assurances. Once fully probed, we're going to let this 12-pound beast sit and do its thing for about 3 hours. No peeking at all, just let that smoke flavour really set, let that bark develop, and then it will be time for the first spritz with that lovely coffee porter. And after that first spritz, we'll be doing a spritz every hour until the wrap.
Good morning. It's just after 3 AM. And our brisket has been sat at about 155 for the past couple of hours. I think it's time to give it a wrap.
For this wrap, I'm going to be using a few layers of greaseproof paper, simply because butcher's paper is difficult to get hold of on this side of the pond, and greaseproof pretty much does the same thing. And I'm just going to wrap this with some lovely beef tallow and even more of that apple pie barbecue rub. In she goes, and try and get that probe as close as possible as we can to where it was before. We'll have dropped a few degrees during the wrap, no big deal, no worries at all. What we now need to focus on is making sure that hopper is refilled for the rest of this cook. And as you'll see, I got some pretty tasty flare-ups from the hopper during this refilling process. I think it's because the fans were still running as I've got my switches overridden. And therefore, despite the fact that no wizards or indeed anybody else was hurt during this process, I do not recommend you doing it this way. I recommend you consult Masterbuilt's instructions and guidance for refilling your hopper, because this got pretty hairy. And the next morning, after a few hours sleep, the first job, of course, was to refill the hopper once again. And at this stage, we also cranked the temperature to about 265 just to finish this cook-off. And the internal temp there is running about 188, 189, something like that. The temp wouldn't ever rise above that. It sat at that temperature for about 3-4 hours. I checked and it was probing like butter, so that meant it was time to pull, wrap it in foil, wrap it in a blanket, and give it a nice 4-hour rest.
Oh, that's better. I need to see the steam.
Should probably take that out.
Oh, man, look out, we get that bit.
Wowzers. Okay. You probably need a plate to put it on there. I don't have anything here.
Cheers. That's what I'm talking about.
Needless to say, after 24 hours in the refrigerator, 20 hours on the smoker, and a 4-hour rest, this brisket was pretty damn perfect. And for dessert, if you like, we made burnt ends by separating and slicing the point, adding a few more goodies, and then popping it into our Ninja for about an hour on around 240, I think it was. And they went down very well. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and share the video, and give our channel a subscription, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. We'd also love to see you on X, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, and if you're interested in any of our recipes, check out our Substack. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time.